Welcome, everybody, to this incredible, powerful, activating Lionsgate event. Now, I do run these every year, and a few years ago, it was 2 or 3 years ago, I think, 3 years ago, on the Lionsgate, I was actually given my Galactic Crystal Healing Chambers on the actual 8-8 portal. I happened to be away at the time, and I was given all of that information. So it was pretty incredible. So this tells me that he wants to be Wendy wants to be I put you as co-host, Wendy. Sorry, we just got a bit of techie stuff going on here. One sec, and then I'm going to introduce myself. Wendy, are you co-host? No. Apologies. Hold on one sec. Let me just put Wendy as Wendy, my assistant, my amazing assistant, is co-host. She is now. Anyway, there we go. Thanks, Wendy, for letting everyone in. And Roshni is my beautiful co-host as well. So thank you. So yeah, so very, very powerful time. We've actually been in the Lionsgate energy for a few days now, since the 28th of July. But so the way that I work, just to introduce myself very briefly, is I'm known as a spiritual scientist. Somebody was sighing there. Nice. I'm known as a spiritual scientist, and that means I blend the science and the spiritual. So I'm a psychologist, a psychotherapist, a neuropsychologist. I work with dis-ease. I help people to align to why they're here in the world. And I am a channel. So I am a galactic channel. I also run channeling classes to teach you how to activate your own channeling skills. And I do believe tonight the Sirian High Council want to speak to us. So the Sirian High Council will come through, and we're going to be receiving an activation of light. But also going to be, they told me earlier, we're actually going to be healing as well tonight. So on my events, quite often they are a combination of activation, channeling, and healing. And that's exactly what it's going to be tonight. So I've been a channel for many years. I've done this work for over 25 years. And it's my absolute pleasure to be holding these events. I run a membership called the Soul's Mission Membership. And most of my members are here, which is so beautiful to see my soul family. It's amazing, where we get to meet several times a month together. And I really hold people's hands to help them align to why they're truly here. So whether you have a message in your body, or whether you have something showing up in your life that is making you question things about your journey and your life, that's the kind of work I do. I'm a trauma specialist, and that's my background, working in child protection, drugs and alcohol, all of that stuff. So I kind of have like a previous life, and then I have the now life. And so I'm excited to get started on this. I always open my events. Let me just find everybody here. Hold on one sec. I always open my events with creating a sacred space. As I create a sacred space, I'm creating that for all of you. So every single one of you that's on this call, I'm creating this sacred space with you. We then will go into a grounding and connecting meditation. I will then talk a little bit about what the Lionsgate is about, and what the guides told me earlier as I was preparing for it. And then we're going to get into our activations, our healing, and I have no idea what else. And that is because I work very much from a place of complete trust with my guides. I have no idea really what is going to go on. And I know it's the Sirian High Council, but I also see Melchizedek here as well. So I think many of the Ascended Masters will be here to work with us this evening. So if that sounds good to you, then we'll get started. So it's lovely to see you all. And thank you so much for honoring this time and honoring this event, because it is a really powerful time for us to all co-create together. And the way I see this is that we are all equal and we are all one. And there is no hierarchy in my world. And I believe that you being here with me is really enhancing my life and my journey. And so we actually bring this incredible light to the planet together. Okay. All right. So let me just come out of this here. Brilliant. Fantastic. And Wendy is letting everybody in. So if you're coming in late, then Wendy's going to help you by allowing you to come in. We do like to start on time, but sometimes that doesn't happen. So thank you again, and let's create a sacred space. So you're welcome to close your eyes and put your hands on your heart if you would like to do that, while I just create a sacred space for you. Creator, all that is. It is commanded that you pull, clear, cancel, and delete on all 4 levels and resolve on the history level for every single soul here, to release any waywards, any watchers, any entities, any attachments, any thought forms, anything that does not serve us, and anything that stops us from being pure, clear channels of receiving light. Please release it and send it to unconditional love. Creating a beautiful, healing, sacred space for us all this evening. And so it is. So let's come into our heart space and just come into that place of peace. And I want you to breathe, and just breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just do that in your own space, in your own time. Breathing in through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. And I want you to draw your attention to your heart and just expand that beautiful heart space. And maybe imagine a beautiful golden sun in your heart, expanding throughout the whole of your body and right down to your feet. And so I want you to imagine, as you draw your attention through breath down to your feet, just imagine a beautiful earth star underneath your feet and into the earth. And then draw your attention up to your heart once again, up to the crown of your head, and up to your beautiful soul star. So imagine a star above your head, expanding up into the universe and the multiverse, connecting with all infinite wisdom. And let's imagine a beautiful light. I have it like the light of ascension, which is a rainbow light, coming down from your soul star all the way through your crown, lighting up your body, bringing healing energy all the way down to your feet. And then just to imagine that the earth that you are standing on is golden. So as we are in this frequency of light, we are creating more of this golden earth. We're moving away from fear and the paradigms. Good. So I want you to set an intention in your heart for this beautiful 8-8 portal. And we're going to invite our guides and our angels around us to be present with us. They're already here, but we just invite them, as it is our free will to invite them or to ask them to step out. So we ask them to step in. Good. And when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. Yep, thanks. Okay. So the Lionsgate portal is an incredible opportunity to actually bathe and receive an incredible activation of light. So the time span is around about the 28th of July, right through to the 12th of August. Obviously, a pinnacle is today. And actually, we're doing this at 8 o'clock in the UK. And I know you're in different parts of the world, but this actually right now is the pinnacle. And Kat has just said it's 111 in Colorado. So that's amazing that you just said that. And I just noticed it, Kat. Thank you for that. So we're actually really, really in alignment here. You know, we are at 8 o'clock here in the UK and obviously 1 o'clock in Colorado. So we're looking at this time span, and that's a 16-day time span. And that's very much focused around the divine feminine. So if you think about, you know, the divine, what the divine feminine means, it means that it is about our receiving and about bringing that beautiful heart energy to the world. It's an opportunity for the Christed consciousness. Now, when I say that, I'm not talking about religion, but I'm talking about the Christed light within us. So I believe that the second coming is not anything outside of us, that the second coming is actually our own Christed light that we are emitting out to the world. And so this Lionsgate is connected to the Sirius star. And so there has been a Sirius Stargate, you know, kind of really opened since July, but we are actually at the pinnacle today. And some people call that the spiritual sun. And so I think that's why I was guided to get you to imagine the sun in your heart. And Leo, of course, is ruled by the sun. I'm an intuitive astrologer as well, and I hold and I run 2 astrology events a month, which I upload for my members in the portal. And Leo is ruled by the sun. So it is a chance and it is an opportunity for us all to really shine brightly. And the way we do that is by holding more light. This is about awakening our gifts. It's about opening our heart chakra or our heart energy center. And it is about becoming more in the union of the divine. So we are already absolutely in the union with the divine. There is no separation, even though sometimes we may feel that we're separated from the divinity itself. We never are separated. However, this is an opportunity to really remember that we are divinity itself. Who agrees with that? That we are divine. Yeah. So if you think about yourself as divine, then you can think about yourself as a divine being of light, just choosing this physical vessel and this physical vehicle for a little while. Okay. And what you may have noticed over the last couple of days, actually, is that there has been an intense portal of light coming into the planet. And some people talk about that as, you know, sunspots or rays from the sun. But actually, what's happening is we are actually receiving a huge amount of light. Why is that? Well, what's happening is as we are, this is my opinion, but as we raise our frequency and our consciousness, we are no longer living in the old earth, the paradigm of the old earth, which contains the fear, the shame, the guilt, the, you know, everything else you can possibly imagine. And we're stepping into the unconditional love, the abundance, the frequency of light, okay, and much more. So what's happening? What is happening is our traumas, our fears, I call them dusty bits, those parts of us are being highlighted. Who's had some highlights of something that has raised itself up to say hello again? Yeah. And I'm, with my community, with my soul family, we've been working on that, and we worked with shame last night on our, in our soul family, in our private call. And so, these things are coming up because it is time for us to let them go. And the reason why it's time is that we can no longer be that dense frequency. And, fear is not real. Fear is false evidence appearing real to us. And fear only comes from a place of feeling that we are disconnected to source. Okay? So when we fear something, it's because we've forgotten in that moment that we are truly divine source. Does that make sense? Yeah? Because if we had no fear, rather, let's reframe it. If we remembered that we were divine source, that we were soul having a human experience, let's say, what would we fear? Why would we need to fear? Because we know that our soul is infinite, eternal. And so it's only our physicality, isn't it, that holds the frequency and the messages that our soul is trying to convey. Last week, I ran a free event. You can find it on my YouTube channel. It's just my name, Susan Kennard. And it was called The Body is the Barometer for the Soul. If you missed it, definitely watch it. There was a huge amount of information about what your soul is trying to convey via your physical body. Okay. Your body never does anything against you, but it sometimes feels like that. Okay. And then we reach outside of ourselves because we feel that fear. And that fear, and there's no judgment with what I say, by the way, and that fear is coming from a place of, I'm forgetting in that moment that I am source energy. Okay. Easier said than done, right? Because we are having a human experience, right? So we've chosen to do this. We've chosen to do this journey. So yes, of course, we've had experiences in our childhood. We've got epigenetics. We've brought the thought forms that come in with us. We've got our ancestors. We've got past lives that are not past lives because they're playing out right now, because there is only now, right? So this is what's showing us, and we are stepping into this new paradigm. So it is a beautiful opportunity to really look at what is showing up in your life, because whatever is showing up in your life, hallelujah, isn't it amazing? It's showing up in your life because actually that means it's ready to be released. Okay. So what I wrote down earlier was, what is rising to the surface? Yeah. What is rising to the surface? Because whatever is rising to the surface, whether it's your money, it's your relationship, it's your physical body, which is obviously amazing because it's your barometer for your soul. What is rising? Okay. We know that if we were to watch the news and if we were to look at what's going on in the world, then we can see that that's pretty dreadful, right? But our choice is whether we see that or whether we don't, and whether we get triggered by that. My mother is someone who likes to remind me of the news. And so I love my mother, and it just makes me smile quite often because she'll say, did you hear about that awful thing that happened, such and such and such? And I'm like, I kind of heard a little bit about it, but I don't really know the details. Okay. And that's because, and this is not in any kind of ego or anything like that, but that's because I don't operate in that frequency. And a really good analogy might be that you, and I've spoken about this before, that you'll go into a supermarket and you'll walk into a supermarket, let's say, and you'll walk that side and you'll see a beautiful couple hugging, kissing, really loving each other and choosing food together for their home or whatever. And you're walking the other way and you'll see an argument. So that is the difference between living in a 3D experience. I'm not going to say reality because nothing's real. So 3D experience or a fifth dimensional or even higher experience. Okay. So just type in the chat if that makes sense to you. Yeah, good. So this opportunity that we've got, this cosmic opening and this cosmic download that we've got is an opportunity to really bring out our gifts. Now, I truly believe that we come into this world, we choose it again, and we have our guides, and we're never on our own. So, we have a journey to remember who we are, remember when we're not on our own, and remember why we came. Okay. And we don't always have to remember the details of why we came, but we perhaps remember that we're not just here for no reason. Okay. And this is something that I've got two teenagers. So I'm a mother of two teenagers. One is 16 and a half, and the other one is 15, nearly 16. And, I talk to them about remembering who they are. They've been brought up with it and they get bored of me talking about it. But I do remind them and I say to them, look, whatever you choose to do, you can't choose a wrong path. You have to go with what your heart draws you to. And I would say that to you is that if something lights you up, then it's probably for you. And if it doesn't light you up, it's probably not for you. Okay. Does that make sense? So if you're in a relationship that you feel unsafe in, or you feel that you're not growing in, or you feel that you're outdone, then it possibly at this time might be a time to consider doing the inner work and making sure that it's definitely not a reaction to something, so that you then can make an informed choice. And there's a really great process in the back of my book. This is my book, Awaken the Light Within Your Heart. There's a great process. You can get this on Amazon and on Audible. And it's called Cutting the Ties That Bind. And this is with forgiveness. And this is a great process that if you're in a relationship and you feel, oh my God, I can't do this anymore, do that process first. And definitely do that process if you're about to enter into a marriage, do that process first. And if you're thinking, oh, should I be with this person or not, do that process first, because it clears across all the timelines and lifetimes. So that's one aspect. So if you're in a relationship like that, if you're in a job that you feel is really not feeding your soul, do not quit your job, right? Do not quit your job, because you need to put the light on. And in our case, in the UK, you need to turn the heating on as well and wear jumpers. Okay. But so don't quit your job, but do the inner work so that you can actually expand your consciousness and the opportunities come to you that are more heart-led for you. Okay. All right. If there's a money kind of situation with you, so if you're feeling like actually money is difficult for me, then this is an indication that there is a part of you that does not feel safe in this world. Okay. So who feels a little bit like that at the moment? Who feels a little bit concerned about the physicality of money? You can just put yes rather than, giving details. Yeah. So I think there are some people that are definitely feeling that way. And what I would say to you is that is just a representation of the expansion in your heart. Okay. And there's no judgment with anything I say, but the more our heart is open and expanded, the more as a mirror we can receive our abundant birthright. Okay. So what you'll notice is you'll do, like after today, you're doing some deep work and activations and so on. And you may notice that you feel very calm and very peaceful, but you also may feel that you're more open. So as you're more open, then you may notice that people might say, wow, you look great today, or can I buy you a coffee, or, something like that. Right. And that happens when you do this inner work. And that happens when your heart is expanding. So who has noticed that has happened in their life? Like as they've done some inner work, maybe it's childhood trauma work, maybe it's something else, that I've definitely noticed that myself. So as I notice things within myself over these many years, this is what I teach, okay? Because I know it to be true. And being a scientist, I like evidence. So I definitely, oh yeah, thanks, Rosh. So Rosh says, especially she's in the soul family. So Rosh was in the soul family, and then she had a little break from the soul family, and then she came back to the soul family because she noticed that when she was in the soul family and the membership, that her life transformed and changed because she was doing the inner work all of the time. And Wendy might put the link there if she's got a minute, to our soul family if you're interested. So let's see who wants to come in, meaning in the sense of the beings. If you haven't experienced channeling before, if you've never experienced me channeling, what I do is I'll get out of the way and I'll see who wants to come in, what they want to say. And what happens is I can hear the words, and they quite often show me clairvoyantly what's going on. I can hear the words, but I don't remember them. Okay, so I can hear them coming through me, but I don't remember them. Okay, so it's kind of an interesting experience actually, and it's ramped up over the last 4 months, I would say, my channeling. And we'll see who wants to come in. I definitely know that we're going to go on a healing journey. And I definitely know that we're going to be receiving activations. Okay. So just be open, just, be in wonder of what you might receive, be in wonder of what you might release today. Just be in that space where you're ready. You're ready. You're here for a reason. You've turned up on this call live because you knew that your soul was guiding you here for a reason. All right. Okay. All right. So here we go. I'm already absolutely sweating hot here. And that means that the guides, even if it's the winter, I wear clothes like this when I'm working because I just get so hot. And this is when the guides come in. So I'd appreciate if you have your sound muted. That would be fantastic. And let's see. Let me just put my phone on silent. And let's see who wants to come in. So close your eyes and put your hands on your heart, please. So we actually do have the Rainbow Galactics that are standing by. So they are here, but let me just see who wants to actually talk. Okay. So the Rainbow Galactics want to come in first. So I'm just going to do as I'm told, and they come in on the frequency of ascension. So here they come. We would like to address you today as a beautiful collective. We see your lights and we see that you are attuned to your ascension pathway, and we are honoring of you at this time. We come to address you in this moment, and this was a surprise for the channel, as she was not expecting us to speak. However, there are many that are talking about this portal, as you would say, on your earth plane. And we would like to say to you that this ascension portal has been open for many moons. And we have been watching closely to you as beautiful lights in this world. We have been watching the frequency of your light. We have been watching the frequency as you step forward in your lives on your mission. We would like to say to you that this is a time of great expansion. So we are noticing that your inner light, your inner sight, and your ability to have, as you may call, a sixth sense in your daily experiences, we would say to you that your inner light is expanding at such a rate for some of you that you have experienced some pressure in your head. And we would like to say to you that this is perfectly normal. There is an essence of resistance when you feel this expansion. And so when this happens to you, as it may, there are many light forms coming in to the planet, and big injections of light, you may say, in your language. We would say to you that it is possible that you may feel this pressure, or you would call it an ache of the head. We would say to you to sit in your space and to accept the frequency of expansion in your inner sight. And this is something that we wished to share with you on this transmission. We would like to bring through an activation for your inner sight. And some of you know this to be your third eye or your clairvoyant ability. And we would like to talk about it as your inner sight and your inner light. So just focus on your eyes, above your eyes, and into your light center. We will bring through this coding, and we would like you to imagine the frequency of rainbow ascension light. Ah, yes. And so now we see that you all have an opening in your crown, which you may feel. And we will step back now because other friends would like to address you. We are the Rainbow Galactics. We are the Sirian High Council. And we come to meet with you in this moment of great frequency within your physical body and within your light field. We want you to understand that your physical body is no longer the same physical body as it was before. From this moment on, and from many of your months, you may have noticed that your physical body has been transforming. The channel here has noticed many different changes in what she is choosing to put into her body and what she is not. And we would like to say for you to listen to what feels right to you. And if you imagine that everything is a frequency, then the frequency of light that you are holding now does not match some of the experiences, people, food, and other substances that you may have put into your body. This no longer matches. We would like to say to you that we see your light as an incredible frequency vibrating across the planet at this time. And as you vibrate at a higher frequency through listening to what your body needs, you will notice that those around you are operating under the same frequency. And you may call this a frequency match. And we would like to say to you that there are no mistakes, that people come into your experience and people leave your experience. And we understand that sometimes the emotions that you feel as a physical being are overwhelming. This is a word that you use, overwhelming. And we would like to ask you to understand that no emotion needs to stay within your physical body. In fact, you have noticed that when you hold emotion that is a dense frequency, that it creates a density within your whole being. Some of you have noticed that your body has been showing, you would see physical problems, you may call it, and we would like to say to you that the opportunity that we are going to give you in a moment is the opportunity to let go of any unwanted dense frequencies of emotion that you have been holding since you have come into this world, and it is time now for you to let them go. We would like to say to you that you do not need to know where these density of emotions have been seeded. We would just ask you to offer up anything that is no longer needed for the frequency of your expansion. And so this beautiful souls that we are addressing, we can see your light expanding even from just this information that we are giving you, that healing is simple, that healing is instant, that healing is your choice. And so we offer you this choice in this time, in this moment, to release anything from your heart, from your body, and from your frequency. And so we hold this space for you to do this now. You may feel expansion of your heart, and we hold this space for you to release the density and offer it now for us to dissolve. We would like you to imagine another wave of release. So through your breath, imagine another wave of release from your body. And one more release from your body as a wave. Imagine a wave of energy releasing, cleansing, and offering the expansion of your field, your crystalline light field. As you are becoming more crystalline and less density is held within your body in this physicality, in this form. Very good. And we wish for you now to imagine that you are looking up to the stars. And we wish for you to imagine that you are focused on the star of Sirius. Imagine you are focused on this star. And imagine that the light pouring from this star is opening a portal of expansion and creation through the crown of your being. As this portal of light is transferring through the layers of the frequency of your earth, it is reflecting into your field, into your body. And you are receiving, as you may say, an upgrade in your frequency. You may feel tingling in your hands, your feet, your body, your head. Just receive this activation of light. And so as you are receiving this activation of light, you are also receiving the infinite wisdom of your gifts, the gifts that you have chosen to bring to humanity at this time. And these gifts are flooding in through you now as codes, as light codes. And we see these light codes going into each part of you. You would say your cells in your body, in your physical form. And there is a frequency shift. And so the frequency shift that you are experiencing is raising your light in this world. And so we ask you now to imagine how you would like to expand in your earthly experience. And what we mean by that is, how would you like to share your light in a more expanded way in this earthly experience? And so we wish for you to activate your creative skills of your visualization and take a moment to honor the creation that you are choosing. We wish for you to feel that in your physical experience. As this is being encoded in this expanded energy of the portal of light, Feel this in every part of you. And imagine the expansion on the planet as you do this. Imagine the shift in consciousness with those that do not know. Because you are an expanded frequency of light. And we see you now as one. And this is part of your experience here as a physicality, as a physical being, is to remember that you are in unity. And that as you remember and embody this unity, your light becomes brighter and stronger. We are the Sirian High Council. We are very pleased to assist you at this time. How you're feeling? I didn't expect the Rainbow Galactics to come in, but they were very adamant that they wanted to come in. And yeah, how's everyone feeling? I really know what to say after that. Yeah. Good. People are hot. Oh, I could see what I was being shown was almost like if you see a landscape, I was seeing this landscape and they were showing me that it was just like pure light, almost like Lansing's one of our soul family, Mount Shasta. It was almost like there were, I don't know if Lansing's here. Is she here? Is she here? Like Mount Shasta, like loads of Mount Shastas, but it was all just like so beautiful. And it was just almost like, so it was so pure and so clear and so fresh. And that is what I was seeing. So whatever they were doing, whatever they were bringing through, and I felt my hands really tingling as well, and my arms like right out. But whatever they were doing is I feel, and tell me if, oh, Lansing, you are here. Great. She's saying there's a huge event going on at Mount Shasta today for the 888 pool. So yeah, I really felt like I was there, and I could see it. And I've never been there before, so I was there. And the feeling I got was that is a representation of our new earth, and I really, really believe that. Oh, Lansing said I was there. Amazing. I really believe that, if you're here today, that you are so in this ascension. Like there's no mistake that you're here. I've been, speaking about this stuff for a very long time, and definitely with my community. But I really believe that, even if you just walk away from this event and you just go back to your normal life and don't do anything else, you've actually stepped into an opportunity to really align to this portal of light that's coming in. Oh, Wendy, thank you. I've forgotten about that. So Wendy just said, amazing how we brought in light from the Sirian star. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I remember looking up, kind of seeing the star. So yeah, what could people feel? What could you feel from that? Oh, Gianna was yawning, teeth vibrating. Wow. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Could you, I know that there was a healing, an opportunity to release healing, because I could hear the words. Could you actually really let that go? Could you feel like you could just offer that up? Yeah. Ears were ringing, tears. Oh, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Well, this is the kind of stuff that we do on a weekly basis, don't we, guys? Like we do deep healing, we do channeling, and we do activations through all the events throughout the whole month. And I also have a YouTube channel. So on the YouTube channel, every Friday morning, there is a 5-minute frequency tune up, and quite often it will be one of the guides coming in and doing an activation for us. So you've got that opportunity. If you want to sign up to my newsletter, my YouTube channel, I would love to have you there. I started that so I could reach people, and it's growing now to sort of nearly 3,000 people, which is really great, and it just means it's expanding. But yeah, absolutely, if you feel drawn to be in our community, in our Souls Mission membership, then all you need to do is just pop over to my website and you can see all the details there. And if you want to work with me privately, if you feel a drawing to my energy and you feel that you would like to do some work, then you can find everything out on my website and book sessions and so on. I'm taking sessions around about September, October time now. So Amber, yeah, I could see the beam of light coming down from the star, going through my crown. I was releasing anxiety. Amazing. That's fantastic. I mean, I honestly feel like, and I've got a disclaimer, I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to heal or cure. I never would. No one is your healer for yourself. You are your own inner healer. No doctor can heal you. Do you know what I mean? You are your own soul healer. However, I do believe that what is showing up in our physical bodies is an amazing opportunity for us to come home to ourselves. And if you have a deeper picture of dis-ease, such as diagnosis or something, then that is your soul really talking to you and saying to you, please love yourself more, please align to why you're here. That is our opportunity. The body never does anything against us. And I trained in neuropsychology and mental health, and I'm a naturopath as well. And I understand that, that when our body shows up in a particular way, then it's our opportunity to listen to that. On my website, there's a free video course called Awaken the Light. And if you just put your email address in, you get my free video course. And part of that free video course allows you to connect to the messages in your body. And it allows you to connect with your guides as well. So we do free monthly events. We do free masterclasses each month. We also do paid masterclasses as well. You're welcome to attend any of those. Make sure you're signed up to my newsletter so that you hear when we are running free events and so on. It's really important to sign up to the newsletter because that's where we actually do the work. Absolutely. My specialism is childhood trauma. I worked in child protection for about 15 years, and my specialism is childhood trauma. The guides show me exactly where the trauma is in the body, exactly where it comes from, and that's how we get to release it. I do something called an ascension pathway session. Who's had just put yes here if you've had an ascension pathway activation, because in those sessions, a few of you have, yeah, in those sessions I get to really have a look at how far you stepped out into your light body, meaning how much have you stepped out into your mission, and I get to see what's in the way. You know, what's in the way of that? Is it ancestral? Is it childhood? Is it growing in the womb? I get video screens, so if it's in the womb I see it over there. If it's ancestral, I'm a medium as well, so you know the ancestors do pop in sometimes and have a chat and guide me to what needs to be released for the person. And it is a real opportunity to receive new guides, activations, you know, whatever you need. So the Ascension Path session is a really, really powerful one. If you're in our soul family, you get really discounted private sessions. So it might be, you know, a thought if you're thinking at any time to join, that's the opportunity that you can get to work with me, but in a discounted way than what's on my website. So I'm trying to think. Oh, Shauna's just said, I had my first one this week. It was incredible. I've had so much flow around my business content. Oh, yeah. And was feeling really blocked over the last few days, and she's got a flow now. So that's really beautiful. Thanks, Shauna. Thank you for that, my love. Yeah, but when we think about our childhood trauma, you know, if you think about, you've got, you know, you're putting out this message to the world, and if you're acting like a 3-year-old, and I don't mean that in a judgmental or rude way, but if your 3-year-old part of you is outside of you saying the world isn't safe, and I don't deserve to be loved, and I don't deserve to receive, and I have to do something to receive love, what do you think shows up in your adult world? So rhetorical question, but you know, what shows up is I have to do something and sacrifice myself for somebody else, because if I don't do that, I'm not going to be loved, which is so not true. And if you've had sexual abuse as a child, you know, quite often we hold that perception of we've done something wrong. It's our fault. We hold shame. We hold all of those things. And of course, you know, that just puts a message out to the universe that you're not valued and you're not deserving. And you 100% are absolutely deserving of love. You're deserving of living your mission. You're deserving of being here in this world. And you're 100% important. Okay. And when we need to be the best version of ourselves to be in this world, you know, I'm always working on myself. I'm constantly looking at what's showing up in my world. I take responsibility for it. I'm a walking example of what I teach. So, you know, a couple of weeks ago, I think it was 2 weeks ago, Wendy, was it? I had a massive upgrade. It doesn't happen very often. It happened in 2019 before we had a great awakening. And I just had another one. So we're in this big next wave of awakening, and I had to take a whole week and stay in bed. And the guys were chatting to me and telling me what was going on, but I knew that I was going through a massive shift, and that has definitely happened. You know, my channeling has changed, my body has changed, you know, everything is changing. So take that opportunity. You know, if you feel drawn, step into our Soul's Mission membership. We call it the Soul Ascension membership now, but on the website it's Soul's Mission. We would love to have you, and you know, step into the Galactic Crystal Healing Chambers. If you would like to buy me a coffee, I actually do like coffee, jokingly, if you'd like to buy me a coffee, you can step into the Universal Love Chamber. I don't know if Wendy can put that there. Just for $5. It's normally £44. And so for $5, you can choose to give that to somebody else as well. So I know Laurie on here, one of our members, she's always buying her family and her friends this, you know, buy me a coffee, and she buys herself one as well, because Yeah, I'm back drinking my coffee. I love it. And so, you know, if you want to do that as well and just step into the universal love chamber, that might be a really good start for you to start to feel this frequency of energy. So, any questions you want to? Thanks, Laurie. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's definitely a bargain, yeah. And the universal love one you can buy for anyone. All the rest you have to, apart from the children chamber and the animal chambers, you have to get permission from the adult. Okay, but the universal love one you don't have to. Oh, Linley's having a problem with buy me a coffee. Wendy can maybe put the link there. Can you, Wendy, if you can find it? No, if you can find it. Oh, Charlotte's in the healing one now, and she's got the pet one. Yeah, all my animals, my parrots, my dog and my cat are in the animal chambers. And of course, my children are in them as well. So any questions? Someone wants the link, Wendy. Do you want me to find it? Can you find it? Can you find it? Bear with me and I'll just put the link. So think about what's going on in the astrology, everybody. You know, we are coming up to, let me just get this. We're coming up to the Aquarius full moon on the 19th. I'm just getting into this and I'll share it with you on the link. And this is an opportunity. Here we go. This is an opportunity for us all really to expand out to help humanity. Here we go. I think that's the buy me a coffee. Just try that, see if that works. Oh, thanks, Roshni, for the healing chambers. And so, you know, when we get to about October, and we're obviously speeding towards that, it's August now, we're going to be in a really beautiful space of expansion. So this time now, and it has been for a long time, but this time now, you know, people writing books. I have the 2 books. In fact, this is my children's book. So if you're new to my work, this is my new children's book. It's just come out, which is called The Guardian Wings. And I wrote it so that children can remember who they are, so that they can remember they're not on their own, and they can remember that they are a beautiful light in this world. So if you've got children, or you know anybody that has children, you can get that on Amazon. You might like to gift it, because I'm very excited about my children's book. So yeah, if we're looking at that, you know, we if you've got a course you want to bring out, if you've got you know, you've got a book that you want to write. So many people are writing books and bringing their message to the world. And I think it's really, really important that we do that, but also that you can support other people with their journey. So, you know, who is a practitioner here? Who helps people? Just put yes in the chat if you happen to be, you know, a therapist, a counselor, you know, so many of you, yeah, nutritionists. Look, you know, so many people supporting people in the world. You know, finding your light, finding what it is that you are meant to help people with, no matter how small it is, whether it's in voluntary capacity or whatever it is, it's really, really important. You know, we need, and as we step into, thank you, this is Ashtar, as we step into 2025 and 2026, there are going to be more people that massively need us. Okay, who agrees with that? I've been hearing this quite a lot recently, but I'm just being reminded. Who agrees that? Yeah, put your hand up if you agree. Yeah. And so now is the time, right? Now is the time for us to be heart-centered and expanded and really be that representation of change in this world. Okay, no more divide, no more judge, no more kind of like that person hasn't awakened yet, that person doesn't know what they're doing. You know, none of this. We are in union. And in my book, Awaken the Light Within Your Heart, the self-healing book, actually, the guides channel through in the second section, they channel through a huge amount of information and healing. And one of the things they talk about is the unified light of consciousness. And I really believe that, and I think Joe Dispenza talks about unified light as well. I think he talks about it, but I definitely was channeled that in my book. And the feeling of that is like, actually, there's actually no separation between our guides and ourselves. The beautiful light beings, the galactics that are coming in and really supporting us right now. If you imagine that we are multidimensional beings and we're an extension of all of that, okay? So it's not them and us, it's more that we are. Or what we said on the group the other night was, it is, because there is nothing separate, and so it's just our opportunity to shine our light in the world. Okay. Can I buy a coffee for myself, or has it? No, absolutely buy a coffee for yourself. Absolutely, Amy. You are as important as somebody else that you want to buy a coffee for. Absolutely. The only reason why I said you can buy it for other people is that you can't do it for the other chambers. So if you wanted to gift a chamber, then you can gift that chamber to somebody without asking them. So if you have a neighbor, a friend, or your partner or whatever, you don't have to ask them, because we all deserve universal love. And if you step into the membership, you get half price chambers. So everything is half price. So there's lots and lots of benefits there. Okay, so Wendy, can you think of anything that I may have missed? We've got a course coming up in October, haven't we? Which we will put out in a couple of weeks' time. Yes, we've got our retreats. We run 2 retreats a month. We've got an amazing series at the moment, which is Stepping into the Portal of, and we've done self-love, we've done relationships. We're just about to do the body and the mission. So if you're interested in that, then step into the retreats. And we have got a 3-day masterclass coming up in October, haven't we, Wendy? But that'll be on the newsletter. We're putting that on the newsletter. So much love, everybody. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please be part of our community. If it's on my YouTube channel or on my newsletter, we would love to have you. We'd love to have your beautiful energy. And any questions, just email myself or Wendy about the membership or working with me, and we will very much answer you. I'm off to Turkey tomorrow for 10 days. My son's a diver, so we're going to fly off tomorrow, but I'll be on my email while I'm away. Okay, much love, everybody, and thank you so much for joining me. Much love, much love.